I read something on the internet that there's a famous one here of a woman who just stands in the hallway. Is that?
Yes, no, you're probably making reference to Sally White. Miss White was a very attractive maid, a colored chambermaid that worked here in the 1870s. She had a union common law marriage with a fellow by the name of Henry Wheeler, who was apparently a man of good physical size, great physical size, and a very bad temper to match it, very, very jealous. I guess that he had figured, since she was such an attractive woman that worked as a maid, that perhaps men were making advances toward her, and maybe he figured she was cooperating. So he had threatened to kill her on a number of occasions. There had been a police investigation mounted before the police had gone to their apartment, which was actually about 2 blocks from the hotel itself. That's what the servants' quarters were. And they lived there, and the police went down to investigate. They couldn't find a firearm, so they said, he's just talking to hear himself talk. He's not going to do anything. Well, one particular day, he comes over to the hotel, and they had a tremendous fight over that same issue. She was so afraid to go home. The legend says that she spent the nights on the courthouse steps. The courthouse is about 8 blocks from this hotel. Waking up early in the morning, hoping that he had already gone on to work. She goes back home, and sure enough, he was there. And this time he had a gun. There was a terrible wrestling match, and she finally broke loose and ran in the direction of the fire station, which is right up the street here. He shot her 3 times, and one of those wounds was an abdominal wound. And people in the 1870s being shot in the abdomen did not have much of a chance of survival. However, she did not die immediately, so they held him in jail for a period, incarcerated for a period of 24 hours, and since she was still alive, they released him. Well, he got out of town. He left Dallas real quickly, or San Antonio, I should say. And he was never heard from again. She died 2 days later. Now, this was a very different situation. This woman had no one to speak for her. I guess that the hotel felt a need to intervene, and so the hotel arranged for her funeral and paid $32 to have her buried. She has been seen by countless people. That many people cannot be lying. They couldn't. She's been seen by countless people, and I guess that her spirit was just so moved by the fact that the hotel took that much of an interest that she continues to come back year after year. She's normally seen, or she's seen in her dress, which is very maid's uniform, very dark drab colors, bandana, carrying towels in this manner all over the hotel, and she doesn't speak to anybody. She just walks on by, so to speak. I've interviewed thousands, well not thousands, but hundreds of people on this one issue, and as I said before, that many people cannot be telling the same lie. It's just being impossible.
Have you ever seen her yourself?
I have not been fortunate enough to see her, no. But I have good friends of mine who have actually seen her, and it's all done like this. In an instant, you just see it and then it disappears.
Why do you think you've never had the chance to see her?
Maybe I just was not in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But ghosts are here. I have one in my apartment, as a matter of fact, and I saw this fellow the other day, last week, as a matter of fact. Big as Dallas, as you please. Here again, some people can receive and some people can't. But the ghosts are here. They definitely are here.
The famous story about the bar here, Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes, there are. The Menger bar, we'll go over there shortly. This is where Theodore Roosevelt, the 25th President of the United States, did recruit some of his Rough Riders in his bar. At that time, the bar was located in the original building. It consisted of 3 rooms, a bar, a reading room, and a billiard room. It was at the north end of the building, the south end of the building over here. 1949, it was moved over to this section here.
Any sightings related to that?
Sightings go on in there, not necessarily at Roosevelt. We had a young man working here at night, and the night crew generally goes into the bar at about 2 o'clock in the morning to clean it up, set it, reset it for the next day's business. The young man went into the bar, he put his key in the door and opened it up, went inside, closed the door, took his key, locked it. He turns around, and then he saw the apparition of a man at the bar in kind of a military uniform. By military, I mean very dark drab colors. And then to really complicate things, this fellow at the bar looks at our night cleaner, and he does like this to him. Well, the kid went bananas. There's a lot of stories about this, that the kid, the door had locked mysteriously, and that the young man, what actually happened was he had locked the door, but he couldn't find the key in his pocket. So he does the next best thing, he starts beating on the door, and one of the security guards came by and let him out. There's also stories that say that this young man had to go to be hospitalized. No, he did not have a nervous breakdown, he did not have hospital. He did not have to be hospitalized. He simply left work the next day because, as he said, he was scared and he wouldn't come back to work. Unfortunately, when these stories are passed from person to person, they everybody adds a little bit on to it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants their own version of what really happened. You know, I guess it gives them a feeling of self-importance. I really don't.
Some places shy away from stuff like this. But it seems like y'all embrace it, though.
Well, it's a matter of it's here, and you would be surprised. I've been with this property 33 years. A good percentage of my time is spent each week in talking to people about these issues, and I'm talking about people from all over the world, not just from Texas or California, New York, or Chicago. I mean, all over the world from different areas. They're interested in it. It's a tremendous interest. As I said, we do not do this for publicity. This is not a catch-all or come on. It's not. It's just something that happens, and we have it. It's here in the hotel. It's here to stay.